Hey everyone, this is Rabbit Explorer Animation Bliss, and welcome to another underrated and obscure animation corner. So today's underrated and obscure animation we talk about today is The Last Unicorn. And before I get into my thoughts about this movie, I would like to remind everyone that new videos will be posted up every Sunday and Monday. If you haven't seen any videos posted up during the week, that must mean there was a bit of anime news released during the week that I wanted to cover. But new videos will be posted up every Sunday and Monday. So now let's get into this review of The Last Unicorn. So, The Last Unicorn was based off a book written by Peter S. Beagle, and basically what this movie was all about is about a unicorn who realizes she's the last of her kind, and she spends her days wondering what happened to the other unicorns. And then one day, a butterfly comes by and tells her that the rest of the unicorns were actually kidnapped by the Red Bull, and they were taken to King Hager's castle. So the unicorn ends up making a journey to reach King Hager's castle to rescue the other unicorns. And along the way, she meets up with a magician named Smendrick and a woman named Molly, and they all accompany the unicorn to King Hager's castle. But halfway through, the Red Bull confronts the gang, and Smendrick has to end up changing the unicorn into a human being in order for the Red Bull to not kidnap her. So the unicorn spends most of the movie as a human being and trying to set out her emotions for Prince Lear and for being a human in general, and that's pretty much what the most of the film is all about. Um, so what are my thoughts about The Last Unicorn? I really enjoyed this movie. Like I thought this movie was very unique when I was growing up. It was one of those animated movies that was like geared towards an older audience at least, or like geared towards adults a little bit, but not much. There were some things that happened in this movie that would be for adults, like there's a few there's some language that goes on in this movie, but for the most part, I think this film is like pretty good for kids too, if they could get some of the complicated messages that's going on in this film. But some of the things I liked about this film is like how they tackle how a magical being like the unicorn is trying to deal with being human. Like we see the unicorn being transformed into a woman, and how she's having a hard time trying to assess her feelings for Prince Lear, because she spent most of her time like not caring about people or not having any kind of emotions. And then once she starts feeling some kind of emotions for Prince Lear, she gets very confused about the whole thing. And I liked how the movie was able to explore the unicorn's confusion about her emotions and how she feels about Prince Lear in general and about being human in general. And I like the fact that this film was edgy. It didn't try to like sugarcoat a lot of the things. Like I like the fact that this film has some language in it, because it shows that this is an animated film that was that was for kids, but can be something for adults to view. And I like the way that the film never sugarcoat a lot of the things that they want to tell for the adult audience. Some problems with this film is that the pacing might be slow in some places. Like there's some times where the characters are just talking and talking and talking, and I'm like, just get on to the action sequences already. And then there were some few scenes in this movie that confused me a bit. Like there was this one scene where Molly was like ranting at the unicorn about why did the unicorn finally come to her and why she's in that state. Um, and at first, I didn't really understand that scene when I was little until I looked it up in the internet, and apparently she's talking about her virginity or something like that. Like I know what virginity is, but in the context of that scene, it still seems a little confusing about why Molly would be talking about her virginity, or if that's what the scene implies in that particular moment. So I am a little confused about that particular scene. And the movie might be very complex for a lot of little kids. Like I mentioned, Molly's rant against the unicorn is kind of complex for a lot of little kids. Um, and there are some moments in this film that would scare little kids or confuse little kids. So that's something they probably have to look out for. Another thing, I want to point this out real quickly. Another thing I liked about this movie is that it shows that King Haggard has a reason for kidnapping the unicorns, because he wants to be happy. And I like the fact that the film never portrayed him as being like, I want to take the unicorns because I want to take over the world or anything like that. No, it's like he took the unicorns because he wants to be happy. So I thought that was like a really interesting development for this villain of the film, and how he kind of has this very sympathetic motive, but at the same time he's kidnapping unicorns to be happy for himself. So that's what I liked about the villain of the piece, King Hagrid. And another thing, I do like the development that's going on with the unicorn and Prince Lear, even though I think they could have developed their relationship a little better in this film. But that's something I did enjoy about this film. Like, I like how the unicorn is trying to settle her feelings over Prince Lear, and Prince Lear is like, I love her and everything like that. So that was pretty interesting in this film. So overall, I really enjoy watching The Last Unicorn. I think it's a very unique film, and I like how it tackles a lot of mature subjects that you wouldn't find in a lot of children's films. And I like how it doesn't sugarcoat a lot of the things that like tough issues that you would expect in a family movie. And hopefully I'll get the Enchanted edition of this. This is the 25th anniversary of this series. I wanted to get the Enchanted edition because that's the one where they didn't cut out all the D words in there. Like, I like seeing this film when it's uncut. I actually have the original film on VHS, but I wanted to see it uncut on DVD, and the Enchanted version is the version I wanted to get because they uncut all the D words that was being placed in this film. But yeah, overall, The Last Unicorn is definitely a film you have to watch, especially if you're a huge fan of the book series. This is a very faithful adaptation of the book, and it's definitely a film you should watch if you want to watch movies or animated movies that were sort of made for adults but also good for the kids. Well, I hope you enjoyed my review on The Last Unicorn, and be sure to follow us on Twitter so we can keep you updated any new videos we post up, and also like our Facebook page. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is Rowdy Explorer Animation Bliss, and I'll see you later. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. Love the wonderful world of animation? Then please feel free to subscribe to this channel to check out more animation news, reviews, and discussions. Thanks for the support, and stay happy, animation fans.